What is up, YouTube? Comic Brains here with a support the community video for everybody. So I'm just gonna jump right into it, and this community is nothing but awesome. It's helped me in a lot of ways just to get back into collecting comics, and and me as a moral support too, as well as to I've also used collecting as helping me motivate to finish my graphic novel, um, and just become bigger into it as an artist myself. And I draw for myself. I don't try to. Very few people make it big out there, and the only aspect that I'm doing it for is doing it for myself because I love and enjoy doing it. So, that's the other kind of reason why I I love collecting too. I enjoy artwork. I enjoy panels. Stories. You know, writing and script work. That's all art too. So every aspect of anything in a comic book is all art related, and I appreciate all that. And that's one of the things why I'm a huge Michael Turner fan too, because he did exterior and interior. He was a well-rounded artist too, and I just really loved how he was able to capture every aspect of the male and the female figure, mainly his female work, but he was able to obviously you know depict the difference between male and females and backgrounds and stuff like that. He was just a well-versed artist, and I really loved that. And that is really hard to do for artists. We as artists, everyone has a weakness, and and the thing with him, he was so fast and progressively fast on drawing, almost learning every aspect there is when it came to comic books. So that's something that I really appreciate and I love, and that's something that I would eventually would love to do with my novel to be able. And I got my weaknesses too in art, but one of my main mistakes that I did when I went to art school was I studied human anatomy first, with portraits and real life stills and models and stuff like that. And I figured if I could learn that, I would have no problem when it came to comic book artwork. But that is a huge different level. That's a totally different aspect. It helps. There's some beneficial aspects that help in that way, but drawing comics and incorporating, a skill of real life portraits, it's hard to mix those two. So if you guys are artists, you guys will probably understand what I'm saying. But anyway, yeah, this I guess there's some type of rant or what's going on the wrong way or right way of collecting new books, old books, Silver Age, Bronze Age, variants, cool covers. It doesn't matter like what you're into or what you love. It's you are your own collector. That I think that's all it should matter to everybody. And it's what you love and what you like, what got you into collecting, and then it's what you like. We all have different personalities, we all have different tastes, so I think that's really important that we keep that in mind. And I want to make another point too. I know another thing that kind of I think it gets to some of us in a way a little bit, but it doesn't affect me a whole lot. But um, when we watch other YouTube channels, we see people that have really high grade books and really nice key issues, or people that have like tons of tons of subscribers in the comic book community. It's like don't feel obligated that you need to go out and break break bread on trying to get a really nice expensive book for your channel to try to get like more subscribers or try to impress these other channels out there that have really nice books. Like if you can get that book, then awesome, show it. It's a good feeling, but don't do it feel like you're obligated that you need to impress or try to impress the comic book community. um, or just in general, you know, it's collect what you like, collect what you love. If you think a cover is badass, then you know, get it. You know, impress yourself on what you're getting. You know, and be like, man, I freaking got that book, man. That's so awesome. So, and I grabbed 4 books that got me into collecting, and they're worth garbage, but you know, it's what got me into collecting. I went and hunt them down. I avoided eBay for these books, and I figured, you know, what the joy of it would be awesome to you know, try to find. So I grabbed 4 books on what got me starting. So the first one, growing up as a child, was the TV show Crash Dummies. I freaking love this show. It was just basically a set of crash dummies um, that, as their job was to just crash and fall apart. I don't know if some of you guys remember the TV show. It's just ridiculous and off the walls, and it was just funny. I used to have a bunch of the toys, and that show was just awesome. I love that show. Just made me get into cartoons. I really loved it. And then another nostalgia show that got me into wanting to become to get into the comic book realm or just cartoons in general was Captain Planet. I know the show was ridiculous, but you know, we all had to start somewhere. So this was one of the shows that started it. And the third one, growing up every morning before I went to school, it was breakfast. 2 main things: breakfast and Beast Wars. Those were it. Like, that was it. Eat breakfast, Beast Wars, go to school, talk about it, goof off, come home, and hopefully they showed like the rerun of that show, and then wake up and do it all again. And that was it. And obviously, the number one book that got me into collecting, period, was X-Men. Obviously, X-Men Adventures. Growing up to that cartoon, and then realizing there's comic books, I was like, oh man, this was awesome. So I got all over it. So those are awesome. So those are the books that, you know, got me going as a collector, you know. And you know, those books aren't worth anything, but to me, they, you know, it means to me what, you know, without those books, I don't think I would have been to, you know, the collection that I have now. So, you know, it's a good zen, it's a good relaxation to find stuff that you love, and a good motivation. And especially for me, it helps me motivate, you know, as an artist too. So I just grabbed a bunch of random books. I grabbed a few. So every book that I have is like a favorite cover. I never buy anything that's like, eh. And you know, very few series I do read. Um, and usually I always started way late when it came into like jumping into series. I had no clue what to jump into, but Spawn was obviously number one that I'm still reading, because that was like the first major starting collecting point of where I began was Spawn. So, and Brian Harberlin and Greg Capullo, Todd McFarlane, all those guys, that was like a starting point of like, man, I really want to become comic book artist. And then I found after that running into Michael Turner, and I was like, man, his stuff is incredible. So there's just so many good artists out there. I really want to be that artist someday. And you know, and I don't let any of that be disgrading. And actually, in my room, I keep a binder full of all my rejection letters. And what I do is I illustrate on my submission letters to companies, and I draw on the back of them and I mail them in. And I always get them back with like a rejection letter. But you know, it's fun. I love doing it, and it's it's cool. So, and I always keep that in the comic book room. You know, obviously I haven't submitted anything in a long time, any of my portfolios or anything like that, because I'm just going to do it for myself. I want to try to do something that I can accomplish myself, and that way I know I have 100% in control of everything that I do, you know, and it makes it more satisfying to me for that. So I grabbed a few Halloween books. I figured just show some of my favorite Halloween covers. Obviously, another nostalgia book, Marvel Age number 98, first appearance of the Toxic Avenger. Another classic book, especially, um, you know, if anyone's a Trauma fan or those cheesy horror movies, then that was it. That Toxic Avenger was the man. This one's pretty cool. This is by Image Comics. This was like their 20th anniversary. They did like a series of posters for their books, and this was one of them. This is Nancy in Hell on Earth, and demons can't stand a hot girl armed with a chainsaw. So really awesome read. If you guys haven't checked this out, most definitely really cool. This one's kind of Halloweenish. I liked it. One of my favorite all-time Thunderbolts cover. It's a cover of Elektra. Really love that painted effect. That is so cool. I believe that was, watercolor with a mix of pastel. So really love that. Thunderbolts number 11. And then obviously Vampirilla, Michael Turner, number 1. So, yeah, those are some books. I collect a little bit of everything. So, obviously, another one of foil, Fathom number 12. Really love this. Really love that foil to that. And, when it comes to random stuff, too, obviously growing up with video games and stuff like that, I try to find obscured or just random video game cover swipes, and I came across this one. This one's really cool. It's Fiona and Cake. I believe this was cover D to issue number 4 of their 1 through 6 miniseries, but obviously Super Mario 3, can't go wrong with that game. So awesome. Love that cover. That cover is so cool. It was really, actually, I've never actually really seen this on eBay. If it is, it's probably really cheap or really expensive, but it's really cool. I enjoy that cover. It's awesome. Another of my favorite covers, Spawn number 70. Really love that black. It just screams badass. Love that one. Another show that's kind of ridiculous, off the wall. Regular show, Cartoon Network. Obviously grew up watching Cartoon Network and knowing that they made it a comic book. I had to get all over it, but Regular Show, I think that show is really funny. I think I love that show. And then I grabbed pulled out the variant edition of them as real animals. So I just love that cover. Just cracks me up. And then any cover that just stands out to me, I'll get it. I think it's really awesome. Especially gotta have some Greg Land. He's really cool. Love his artist. I don't know who the cover for this, but it was by Aspen Comics, Executive Assistant Assassins. I really love that. The cover is so awesome. Love that one. Another bloody. This is a bloody variant to another Executive Assistant Assassins. So that one's really cool. Love that one. Another awesome cover of Land. Really awesome. 516 Magneto. That cover, one of my favorite Magneto covers right there. And I believe this is Surjek, Stefan Surjek, but another one of my all-time favorite covers, Secret Invasion, Inhumans number 4. I just love that. I just love that cover. So, but yeah, this is pretty long. I'm at 14 minutes in already, but this is my support video for the community. Open tag to anybody who's watching this. Most definitely, just show what you love, what you collect. ETA Nick had a really great video. Really loved what he had to say. Tac Comics too. Really good point too. Whoops. But anyway, yeah, that's most definitely just watch everybody's, and it's really awesome just watching everyone's channels, because you're always going to see a book that you'll see, a few books here and there that you've seen or that will be shown repetitively, but you always will eventually be like, oh man, that is now that's a cool book, or you're not going to be like, oh, whatever. But it's not about, it's not about it's about you as a collector. They're showing what they love to all of us. So, and just like what I did. So, it's in what we're all doing. We're showing what we love, and that's what matters. Just be yourself, be your own collector. And I think that's what makes this community so great, because of all the different opinions and likes and dislikes and all the books and art and everything that we like. It's just, if we had a convention of all the comic book community, man, that would be so cool. There'd be so many different books, and it would just be crazy. It'd be the most, I think it'd be a really awesome con. I think it'd be really cool. But anyway, yeah, this is my support the community tag video, open tag to everybody. Um, get on it, make a video, support this community, and until next time, until next time, next week I got a huge Michael Turner haul. I got a 75 print worldwide variant that I don't think anyone has ever seen. Maybe a few people. And I don't know, I got some awesome Turner books that are coming, so I'm really excited to share those with you guys. But yeah, until anyway, I'm almost at 17 minutes, crazy. But until next time, Comic Brains out of here. Later, guys.